Okay, so we are going to start. So in our midst today we have Joseph, whom I guess is a new
Yes.
participant um, in this program. So Joseph, you're coming in somehow late. We started um, some time ago, and we have covered back end with Node.js. And looking at your
Okay.
profile, I can see for now you're just a front end. So back end would have really been helpful to you. Anyways, you have joined the train. So we believe you're going to learn. Um,
Catch up.
so we're going to talk about search engine optimization, SEO.
Okay.
Usually people abbreviate as SEO, which stands for search engine optimization. So I would like to hear from you all. I believe at least you have heard about it before. And what do you know about
Yes.
SEO? You can tell us.
Uh, when someone was talking about it, so I know a friend who does that, and when he was telling me to go into learning it also to have idea of it. When he was explaining it to me, he was telling me it's a way of stopping traffic from one's website for fast engine research, something like that.
Okay, increasing traffic on one's website, right? Interesting.
Yes.
Martin, yes, go ahead. Tell us what you understand by search engine optimization.
Increasing visibility on search engine platforms with the aim of generating organic traffic.
Okay, directing organic traffic. And why is it actually important? You can share with us.
Am I the one to answer for that? That
Yes,
one?
yes, anyone can answer. You can share with us why is it necessary to learn it, and
I feel
especially,
maybe
yeah, go ahead.
it help the users interact more faster with the website.
Okay, okay, thank you, Martin. How
For
about you?
me, I think it makes it easier for your website to rank against other competitor websites. Like if someone is looking to buy a product and he searches the name of the product in Google, then your page will rank higher than as opposed to those that have not been optimized for search engine.
Okay, okay, you are right. So um, what is SEO? SEO stands for search engine optimization, and it simply refers to processes or strategies to optimize a website or a web page in order to rank higher in search engine results pages. When we talk about ranking higher, we are simply referring to the position of your web page link compared to other web pages that have the same resources. And you guys need to understand that this is important because it can lead to your target group, can lead to helps in marketing, it increases performance, and much more. So SEO is very important. The higher the ranking, the more likely it is for users to click through your website, to click on your website and read your resources. For example, let's assume you are selling let's say cameras, and there are many other websites selling cameras. So usually I used to ask myself, what actually happens? What algorithm actually runs behind the scenes to make a website rank top than the others, because there are websites, there are websites that rank, you know, some the first, some second, some the 10th, some even up to 100, some even up to 5 million. You can imagine how how frustrating it can be if your website ranks, way down. So that's why SEO is important to rank your site. Now you'd realize that if your site ranks first, then users can probably click on your website to read what you have. It could be a content, it could be a product, whatever. And I would usually say that what would actually be the need of a website when people don't know that website? Usually we find people in our communities who are just excited about developing websites. They have a website, yes, but do people actually know the website? No, it doesn't rank. Apart from the fact that someone simply goes to the address bar and types maybe www dot something dot com. Okay, and talking about SEO is actually another field or domain in the tech world. You realize that in our days we have so many opportunities in the tech world. Development is not just the only domain. We have development like software development. We have guys that are specialized in SEO, search engine optimization. We have guys that are specialized in testing and automation. We have guys that are specialized in other fields in tech. So it's actually vast. So um we also have content writing. Yes, technical content writing. So there are kind of a vast opportunities, and you bear with me that it is more advantageous to somebody if you have more than one skill. Yes, if you have more than one skill, it is advantageous. Even though in Africa, someone might post a job opportunity and says, I want a developer who has knowledge in DevOps, who has knowledge in content writing, who has knowledge in testing, who has knowledge in you'd realize that at the end of the day, the person who even add who has knowledge in back end, who has knowledge in front end, you realize that at the end of the day, that person is looking for a whole IT team in one person. I mean, a whole IT department. One person should have all, I mean, everything. But even though it is not supposed to be so, but it's advantageous if you possess many skills to your advantage. To your advantage. Um, so one of the aspects which we cannot leave out if we are talking about SEO is content writing. Generally, content creation. It is very important. If we are talking about SEO, then we cannot leave out content. So that is why throughout this program, we we make sure that participants should have at least a foundation, a taste on front end, back end, including content creation, mobile apps, and including search engine optimization. It places you in a higher competition. I mean, higher chances, with your competitors. So we have what they call content writing. Content writing simply involves um, writing content for a web page. It could be a blog. It could be just a simple website, agency, or it could be a blog. And blogs have what they call niche. A niche simply refers to a domain. For example, someone might have a blog that talks about web technologies uniquely, and that person a blog that talks about mobile app technologies. Another person has a blog that talks about perhaps uh, tourism or transport or banking. So content creation evolves around that, providing content for that website. And you can imagine, what would a website be without content? It wouldn't actually be called a website. I mean, it's going to be something else. And permit me share this tip with you. I am a Cameroonian. How many countries in the world are actually bilingual? Any
What you say?
idea? I didn't get you.
I didn't get what you say. How many countries in the world has what?
That are, how many countries in the world are bilingual? I mean, two, how can I put it? Yeah, I mean, two languages, like, should I say colonial languages, something of that sort. For example, Cameroon has the English language and the French language. And to the best of my knowledge, I think we are just two, Cameroon and Canada. So let me share something with you guys. Do you know that the English that is a blessing? I know Nigerians. Martin, do they speak French in Kenya?
No,
Okay, so it's
we
just
don't.
Swahili and English.
Yes.
Okay, so do you guys know that the English that you can speak and write is actually a blessing? I mean, it's something big and good. You need to see the way Indians are struggling with English language.
To speak English. Yes.
Have you guys noticed that?
Yes, we're aware of that. Yes.
Indians are
And
struggling,
Pakistan.
and you guys know that. You see, in the tech
Let
world,
me,
in the tech market, right? Do you know that Indians are doing well? I mean, Indians are
They're
occupying
among the
the
top.
tech market. I mean, those guys are. There is nothing that Indians cannot do when it comes to technology. Who has
100%.
noticed that?
I noticed that. I'm aware of that. They
You
have
see,
majority of the population in tech.
yeah, yeah, they are good. I mean, Indians, if you go to most freelancing websites, Upwork, Freelancer, Indians are everywhere. you know. So, talking about content creation, you as perhaps a Nigerian, a Kenyan, or an African who can speak and write good English, you stand a chance compared to these Indians. I have written content for an Indian. I mean, it was a good one. He knows. They know that even there are some Indians on YouTube who just record a video without voice. I mean, they just record a video showing their screen, and they are typing out what they want to do or say, because speaking English is difficult. It's challenging. So I'm just giving you you know,
Tips.
some stuff why you should try out content writing. Now, I talked about content writing in the sense of website and a blog. I mean, yeah, a website, like in the general sense. But when it comes to development, software development or web development or mobile app development, we have what they call technical content writing, or in the programming field generally, we have what they call technical content writing. So technical content writing, as a statement implies, technical, That simply means that in a content for a technical field, content to explain something technical, right? A particular, something. For example, in the programming, sector, we have documentations. Do you know that whenever a new framework is developed or a new programming language, they need technical content writers to write the documentation for that API or that language or that framework, right? So,
Yes.
technical content writing is another field, and that's also another opportunity. You who can write English language well, not it's not just about being able to write English language well, but it's about your ability to explain complex, principles, making them simpler. I mean, that's a goal for content writing or technical content writing. You know your audience, you know, for technical guys, explain complex principles in a very simple way. For example, you might be writing the documentation of an API. If you look at most of these frameworks, go to React Native documentation. People were there who wrote that, who explained unto you and I can understand. So, guys, generally, it is important, or there are opportunities in content creation, not just content writing and technical content writing. Generally, content creation has many opportunities. It could be video, it could be perhaps writing content, it could even be creating courses, books, writing books, you know some of these things are. Oh, Martin, sorry about that. Your battery is just 1%. Okay, let's continue. Please, Martin, mute yourself. I'm getting an echo. Okay, who is that? Is it okay, Joseph? Please mute yourself. Okay, thank you. Welcome, Favor. Okay, so let's continue. Um, so as I was saying, so there are generally, many opportunities that can be explored in this domain of content creation generally. Favor, please do me a favor to send a message to Sandrine. She tried joining the meeting earlier. I don't know what happened. I did not admit her. So I don't know if she was blocked. I don't really know. You can try reaching her. Okay, so let's go ahead. So generally there are a number of opportunities in the content creation world. There is something called passive income, and if you do research passive income, some sources of passive income could be content. I mean, content. Do you guys know the amount of money people are making out there from YouTube? I mean, just sitting at the comfort of your home and creating content, books, courses. Guys, there are people really making money from this. I personally have made money from um, you know um, technical content writing. I've written for um, some blogs, I've written for some Indian blogs, and personally I have my personal blog. So it's a field to explore, right? So you should be thinking about that. Be thinking about content creation. Be thinking about something that would bring you passive income in the future. I mean, passive income doesn't just mean that you start it and start and and go to sleep, so that it brings, no. At the beginning, of course, you're going to invest, time and energy and effort and even money. You might want to write a book on programming, you might want to create a course, so long as your course remains on Udemy, it is there. I mean, for years, except there would be some, but you could be making constant updates. What about the YouTube channel? That's only if you are passionate about that though. But it's an opportunity on its own to explore. So um it is advantageous, talking about content writing and technical content writing, or let's just say content writing. It is advantageous for you to have multi skills, to be multi skillful. For example, I gave an example here. In the context of most countries where they don't hire people based on specializations, it's common in some African countries. They would not say we need a Python developer. No, it's rare. They will not say we need a front end developer. It's rare. Usually every company wants full stack. Every company wants full stack. And then they would say we want full stack with a little touch of content writing. You can imagine. So it's of advantage to you if you have many skills. So that's why we are talking about SEO. We are going to lay a foundation, and after this you can do further research, and engage yourself into this. I mean, it's going to help you. It's going to help you to have knowledge about this, and other skills which you can learn. You could be someone who knows how to code, develop website through coding. How to develop a website through a CMS like WordPress. Joseph, are you familiar with WordPress? Hello?
I said yes, I'm familiar with WordPress.
Oh, okay, good. How about you, Favor? Okay, good. So you could also, have some knowledge on WordPress, search engine optimization, and content writing, perhaps even community management. So you realize that when you package your CV this way and you apply for a position, an employer will be like, rather than taking only a developer who later on I'll need to hire a community manager, or later hire a perhaps an SEO kind of person, or maybe later hire a content writer. It's better I hire someone who has skills in all of these at once. You be an asset to the company, right? So it's important, guys. It's important. So that's why today let's touch a little bit about search engine optimization. So having given the meaning of search engine optimization and its role and its importance, I want you to know that there are there are two main types of SEO. There are two main types of search engine optimization. So we have what they call on-page SEO and off-page SEO. Feel free to take notes. That's another way of learning tech. Don't assume that you search research on the internet. That's a human tendency. Okay, so we have the on-page SEO and the off-page SEO. So the on-page SEO simply refers to techniques used to optimize individual web pages in order to rank higher and earn more relevant traffic from search engines. Now, I did not explain the meaning of traffic. You know, traffic simply means having visitors on your website. So many visitors, users coming to read from your site. There are websites with, for example, let's do this. Um, let's look for Facebook's traffic per day, right? So that's Facebook. Facebook has an average traffic of 100 million. Let's see, an average of 100 million hours are watched daily by Facebook users globally on the social media. More than 8 billion video views. As you can see, right? More than 8 billion video views. Um, so you realize that Facebook hits about 8 million visitors or millions of visitors. You can imagine. Um, and with this amount of traffic, Facebook then becomes a potential platform for marketing, right? Or advertisement. Some people have wondered how people make money from blogging or websites. Anyways, we're not going into that now. But having traffic as such, Facebook is a potential platform for marketing, potential platform for um, sales. Yes. So imagine among the millions of visitors per day on Facebook, let's say 1 million visitors are students, and then imagine you advertise a book on Facebook. You have the chances to have to make sales, right? Okay, let's continue. So on-page SEO simply refers to the techniques that you put in place to earn more relevant traffic from search engine. So remember I said earlier that search engine simply refers to techniques, right? Some strategies. So some of these factors include, for on-page SEO simply means that what you do on your website, right? On your website to earn traffic. So because what needs to be done on the website itself. So we have keyword research, we have meta tags, we have content optimization. Welcome, Dixon. Dixon, can you hear us? So factors for on-page SEO are, we have keyword research. Now, what do we mean by keyword research? Um, the things that people usually search on Google are potential keywords, right? Are potential keywords. Let me give you an example. In my country, favor please, which month do we usually have GC results?
Maybe August.
Okay,
September.
let's say
August.
August to September. So in my country, in the month August to September, around that month, let's assume that way, Many students are on Google searching if results are already out. It's the same thing with WAEC, right, in Nigeria. I don't know their month, you know. In my country, or let's say in Nigeria, before examination students are constantly searching for past WAEC past questions. Permit me use it that way, say it that way. Oh, WAEC past questions, yes. WAEC past questions, or in my country we have GCE past questions. Students are constantly, so these are potential keywords, what people usually search for, and this is very important. You notice how people bargain for the position, for the position of a particular keyword on a search engine like Google. I hope you guys know that Google is not the only search engine, because we are used to Google. We feel that Google is the only search engine. That's not true. So the companies bargain to buy the position for this keyword. Let's take an example. Your company offers home delivery, right? You know, so if somebody wants to order food, just put yourself, in the shoe of a user. What will you search on Google? You you will likely search something not far from home. Let's say home delivery, perhaps for food in Lagos, right? For example. So a user will not search for something far from that. So what most companies now do is most companies go and pay for positions, for this particular keyword, so that if somebody searches for, let's say for example, past WAEC questions, that person's website will be first. So that's how keywords are very important. So for on-page SEO, it's important that a website user, a website owner does a keyword research before writing content. It is very important. We have meta tags, we have content optimization. Meta tags simply refers to how do I explain that? Some meta information about the content, right? We have meta description. Take this example. Let's say, let me do something. There is this. Okay, so I was trying to search for something. Website I'm working on. Okay, so let's assume this is a keyword. This is a research I just did on Google. Do you notice something? Notice these sponsored links. Yes, these are people that are bargaining for this keyword. They are it means they have paid the search engine, or they have paid for ads, and so they are bargaining for this particular keyword, right? And so talking about meta tags, we have what they call meta description, and this is a meta description. Usually users try to glance through what is written here, to actually see if they can click on a link or not. In the same way, search engines also try to look at your meta description to see if it kind of aligns with the keyword in question, or with what you're writing about, yes, related to the keyword. So we also have content optimization, internal linking, the website structure. So that's it about on-page SEO. Now, what does this mean? Google has an algorithm, a way that it uses to check your content and your website. It checks these factors, all these, these factors listed here. It checks your keyword, it checks your meta, content, it checks your, the content itself, it checks your linking, it checks your website structure. So it compares that, and links or and ranks your website and rank your website. So that's it for on-page SEO. For off-page SEO, it simply refers to, as you can hear the word off-page, it simply refers to the techniques that you do that are out of your page, out of your website, that will of course affect the ranking of your website. We have backlinks. Now, when talking about on-page SEO, I made mention of internal linking. What is internal linking? Let's take an example. Wikipedia is usually good at this. Wikipedia. So let's say um, Joseph. What's the name of your president? What's his first name, please?
His name is Buhari.
I thought elections took place in.
No, he has not taken over yet. It's still May before he take over. He has not taken over yet. Buhari is still in charge.
Oh, really? Okay,
Yes,
I had no idea. So he's going to take over in May.
yes,
So let's look for Buhari.
yes.
So this is Muhammadu Buhari, the president of Nigeria. Please mute yourself, Joseph. Okay, so this is Muhammadu Buhari on Wikipedia. Now you notice that this content about Muhammadu Buhari has, you can see some linking. It has added links. It has links with other content on the same website. So that's what they call internal links, right? Having contents with, having links with other content on the same website in such a way that someone can, get here and clicks this link to see about the president of Nigeria. So these factors mentioned are very important. Now, when talking about off-page SEO, they still refers to factors that impact your website rankings. I went back to internal linking so I can explain backlinks. So why are backlinks important and what are they? Backlinks, simply refers to links from other websites to your site, right? Links from other website to your website. So for example, um, imagine MTN has a partnership with Wikipedia. So MTN writes an article that we have a partnership with Wikipedia, and then add the link of Wikipedia on their website. So when somebody clicks on Wikipedia's link on MTN website, it brings the person to Wikipedia. And why is this important? It's important because Google is going to trust your website. Those are some of the strategies that Google uses to rank a website over another. Let's take this example. Um, Two websites are talking about have content on, let's say, networks, right? Networks. And then one website has no backlink, another website has at least a backlink. Now, with all other factors being equal, because there are other factors that can actually affect your rankings. But with all other factors being equal, the website with a link, with a backlink from a trusted website, from a famous website, from a high ranking website, or a website that has higher domain authority, like MTN. Let's say MTN has been there for so long and MTN has traffic, enough traffic. So Google will probably trust the website, that is on MTN's website, because it assumes that, oh, meaning this website knows MTN, so I can somehow trust this website, and it's going to rank it first before the other website. So that's why backlinks are very important. With other factors that affect other off-page SEO factors, we have social media signals, we have domain authority. Yes, as mentioned, there are many factors that oh, can you hear me? Favor, can you hear me?
Yeah, I'm getting you.
Joseph says he can't hear me. Miracle, Dixon, can you hear me, please? You can drop a message in the box. Okay, Joseph, can you hear me now? I just saw your message.
Yes, I can hear you now.
Okay, cool. So coming back to our off-page SEO. So yes, was asking if you can hear me, Miracle. Okay, so that's it for off-page SEO. So far, are there any questions? Okay, no question. So when it comes to content writing, remember we said we can't talk about SEO without making mention of content writing. So part of the on-page SEO technique is to or factor, is to have good content, right? Good content. And so let's look at some few things to keep in mind, when writing content. With SEO in mind, it's possible to write content haphazardly, without having some considerations, and just publish, without considering anything. So quality content is important, right? Very important. So let's have some tips as we round up to keep in mind when writing content for SEO. We have keyword research. So it's important to do keyword research. Um, yes, I hope you can hear me, everybody.
Yes, I'm getting you.
Okay. So it's important to do keyword research. I don't know. It seems Joseph has a problem with his network. Okay, so it's important to do keyword research. Keyword research is very important, so that you wouldn't just write anything, so that you would write what people are actually looking for, right? So that you will not just write, any kind of, content, so that you go, hit your target. writing what they need. There are a couple of ways to do keyword research. You know, you can use some keyword research tools. Google has one. There are more online. We have SEMrush has another one. But usually some people just go around with a very how do I put it? Um, with an informal way. Some just pick out um some searches that Google proposes. When you do research, have you ever noticed that Google just put something as others have searched for? Let's take an example. Let's do um Buhari. It's an informal way, but it's usually better to use uh a keyword research tool. Do you see this? Can you all see this? It's written
Yes.
here, who is the new president of Nigeria? That people also ask. So there's high probability that if you write on this, you might have visitors. Yes. But this is just an informal way. But using keyword research tools are important because with keyword research tools, you have more information. For example, you have the volume of visitors that have search for that keyword in a month. For example, maybe in a month 1,000 people have searched for this, and you also have the state of the competition. It can be low, it can be high. You have other information, so it's important to do keyword research. And equally, it is important to write informative content. Informative content is very important. Do you guys know that robots write content for people? You know about the famous chat GPT, right? OpenAI's chat GPT. We have robots writing content, but Google is trying to put these measures in, for example, there's a difference when an AI writes from a human. Like, it's true that we have powerful AI technologies that can even write more than some humans, but search engines too are putting in their best to kind of detect. So that's why it's important to write informative content, helpful information, rather than simply trying to rank higher. Yes, that's what some people are trying to do. Some people give content, give titles for um for robots to write because they want to rank. They don't maybe see the need if they are solving someone's problem, if they are giving the right information, they just allow AIs to write and they edit some few things and post, you know, which may not be really informative. So when writing content, take note of that. We also have using headings and subheadings. Important. I think we are going to see this when you'll be writing articles. So have all of this in mind, please. Optimizing your meta tags. It's important to have meta descriptions. It's important to use internal linking. I think there's something I mm, okay. I've already spoken about internal linking. So when publishing or when writing, consider internal linking. So some few things again to be taken note of when writing content, with SEO in mind. Keyword density. Keyword density. What is keyword density? Now we have already talked about keywords and what keywords are. you know. So when writing content, you must make sure that please, before talking about keyword density, let me talk a little bit on using headings and subheadings. It is important that you structure your content because search engine like Google actually looks at this before ranking your content. Google looks at this. Maybe you have an H1, you have an H2, maybe you have a list. Maybe you're writing on let's say how to cook, you put point one, point two. So your content should be organized. That's why it talks about headings and subheadings. So yes, some few more points to consider. I talked about keyword density, so we know what keywords are, you know. So when writing content, you must be very intentional. So your keyword must, feature in that content about 1 to 2%. For example, if you're writing about if you're writing on, let's say, introduction to SEO or introduction to search engine optimization, you cannot say you're writing about introduction to search engine optimization and throughout your whole article search engine optimization appeared only once. I mean once. It means that article is suffering from keyword density. It is too low. Just once is not enough. But at the same time, we are not saying that you should do what they call keyword stuffing, or you want to go and fill your whole article with I don't know, with the keyword just because you want to rank. Instead, by doing that, Google is going to penalize you and Google is going to push you down. For example, if you were ranking maybe 10th, Google can send you down because other contents will overrank you. Have that in mind. Next, we have readability. Readability. So when writing content with SEO in mind, make sure your content is readable, right? The reader should feel, he should be able to read and connect with you. Use paragraphs, use subheadings, use bullet points, to make your writing easier to be read and understood. Use simple language, right? We also have content length. Content length. Um, so when writing content, considering SEO, it is good to have at least 500 to 800 words per content, per piece of content. And also consider creating long form content like 1500 to 2000 words for more competitive search terms. So that's important. Um, External linking, I think I already talked about that. So we have internal linking, external linking, we have backlinking. I already explained internal linking and backlinking. Well, external linking simply means these are links on your website that sends the user to another website that is not yours actually. So for example, if I am writing about if I'm writing on how to do research on Google, on my article at least there should be 1 or 2 links that should take the user, the reader, to Google's page, right? So that's external linking. So when writing content, have this in mind. So we have mobile optimization. So you notice that people nowadays mostly access the internet using their phones. Have you guys noticed that? Mostly using their phones. Let's take an instance. You guys should tell me. Do you often use the internet with your phone or PC? How many people are connected now with their phones? You can drop in the box. Dixon says this is an eye opener. Thank you. Yes, how many people are connected with their phones now? And how many with their computers? It has even reached a point where people are now doing graphic design with their phones. Hmm. I'm waiting. How many are connected with their phones and how many on PC? Okay, Favor says on computer. Gamers view on phone. Okay. Oh, all right. Interesting. So mobile optimization is very important. Now, this goes to you developers. So when developing your website, ensure that you your website is usable on mobile devices. And that's just normal. If I have some little findings to do on Google, I won't be turning on my computer for no reason. I mean, phones are just so smart, right? So that's that. Uh, so let your website be responsive, right? Responsive designing. It should look good on all screen sizes. Okay, any questions? I think that was a good foundation on search engine optimization. So as I said, I encourage you guys to have some knowledge, pick up something to do with content creation. Like I said earlier, having more skills gives you an advantage over your competitors. I said something earlier before, I think before Favor and Dixon joined. Do you guys know that speaking English, as an African is a blessing? Indians are suffering. No, let me not say suffering, but not everyone has this, potential, right? So you guys should work on content writing. Of course, that's why we said in this program we are going to cover everything from front end to back end to content writing to SEO, just so that it will be a joy to see you fully equipped for the tech market. So are there any questions or any contributions? Of course, you might want to teach me something too, or tell us something so we can learn from. You can unmute yourself and ask or speak. Okay, actually there is none. All right. So that said, for some time now we have been working on. Okay, so let me show you some couple of content I have written. I know they may not be the best, so we learn every day, right? Okay, I have written for this website is down. Oh no, not bad. I have written. I think it's now available on Tech Diary, Tech Work Diary, yeah. Tech Work Diary. Come. So I have. done some writings. Yes, I think I wrote this article. So if you want to read out some things, something about MVC or about development, you can check out this blog. You know, this video, yes, this is my video. You know, and equally some. This is my video. This is my content. Getting started with Express and Node. So it has been a wonderful experience. Um, what else? Yeah, I think for this website, yeah, I think some were removed. Yes, but this is a good website if you would want to check out some, some content, right? Um, so as part of this program, um, you are going to engage yourself into writing. Now, this is a typical developer mindset that says that thinks that development got nothing to do with writing. So writing actually isn't just for those into literature. No. As I said earlier, there are other opportunities open into this. So after this class, I'm going to share content creation task. So you all, I'm going to share content creation task to you all. You're going to provide content, write content, and make video tutorials. I think that would be a good one. It will also expose your skills. Yes, this is another blog. I think your content will be posted on. Anyways, I'm going to share that with you. So video tutorials, and technical writing, of course. So with what you have done so far in Next.js, Node.js, you're going to do some writing on them and tutorial. Remember the core of content writing is to just make complex principles, to explain them in a simpler way, right? So if we are talking about an API, your writing should explain an API in a simpler way. Or if you are documenting something, it should be much easier or simple for people to understand.